my ex-boyfriend did, and I still stayed. We met for the first time on November 1st, made it official on November 4th, and then he asked me to have sex with him that same night, on the day we made it official. Which I said no, of course, because that's crazy. We were watching anime together, and I said that one of the girls on the screen was hot. Like, I was just admiring one of the characters. And he started crying and said that he didn't think I loved him because I was calling cartoon characters hot. Literal cartoons. He cried for like 10 minutes about it and like would not speak to me. From the minute we started dating, he asked for my location and would check it constantly. He always had to know where I was going at all times. And he would get mad if I didn't tell him. If I wanted to go to Dunkin's 3 minutes down the road, I had to tell him. If I had a last-minute rehearsal, I had to tell him because he needed to know where I was at all times. And he would spam me with texts until I told him where I was going. There was one time I stayed at school for an hour longer because I was talking to my music director for a show, and I forgot to tell him because, like, I'm talking to a teacher. I'm not going to text my boyfriend that I'm at the school. He checked my location, saw that I hadn't left yet, and he accused me of hiding at the school and cheating on him with his best friend. Throughout the entire relationship, he accused me of cheating on him with his best friend. I had known his best friend for 4 years, and we were just friends. But every time I was with him, he accused me of cheating on him with his best friend. He tried to watch me use the bathroom. His bathroom was connected to his bedroom, but it was also connected to the living room. There were 2 doors. I locked one of them, and I forgot to lock the one that connected to his bedroom. He opened the door, and I said, "No, I'm not comfortable with that. Leave. Like, I don't want you watching that. That's weird." He said, "Okay," and left the door open a crack and watched me through said crack. He constantly asked for pictures and got upset when I didn't send them to him. Even, like, they weren't even nudes. They were just, like, "I want to see a picture of you in the mirror," or "I want a picture of your face." But he would only ask, like, at night, at, like, 10 p.m. And at that point, I'm in my bed, I have my bonnet on, I have a face mask on. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting up. And frankly, I didn't even want to send the pictures anyways. Like, my philosophy is there's no need for pictures if you're going to see it in person. There's no reason to risk that and get them sent around. So I was totally against it. I was like, no, I'm not sending pictures. And he would get mad at me and constantly be like, "Please, please, please, please send them. Please, I need to see it right now." And it's like, no, you can wait. He told me that he needed to be my top priority above everything and that I wasn't making enough time for him. And mind you, I was spending all of my free time with him. I did not have any time to myself because I was devoting my entire life to this guy. I do theater, so our rehearsal schedule is pretty, like, intensive. We have a lot of rehearsals. Any day that I didn't have a rehearsal, I was at his house. I'm not going to skip a rehearsal to see my boyfriend because that's ridiculous. So he actually got mad at me when I wasn't spending time with him, even though I put all of my free time into him. He told me that I had too many friends and spent too much time with them, so he told me that he wanted to convert me to introversion. In doing so, he drove me away from all of my friends. I didn't speak to my best friend for maybe 2 months because he was convinced that I had too many friends and didn't make enough time for him, even though he was, like, the only person I ever saw. I was at his house so much that his family was like, "Don't your parents want to see you?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I literally can't." We fought a lot during our relationship, which is normal. It's a high school relationship. You're not going to expect much else. But the issue was we couldn't talk through it because he never heard out my side of the story. If he had done something to wrong me, which happened a lot, I would bring it up with him to explain why it made me upset and like, "Hey, like, we're fine. I just want you to know that you did this to me and it hurt me." He wouldn't listen to me at all and would just say that I was overreacting or like blame it on me and be like, "It's your fault. You should have spoken up." He said that a lot. He was like, "You should have told me in the moment." I did. And you didn't listen and you kept doing what you were doing to me. Because of all of this, he made a 2-minute apology video, pretty much blaming all of the things he did to me on having too much caffeine. Mind you, he had 11 Celsiuses in 1 week. He was fine. It was not the caffeine's fault. After all of this, I tried to break up with him 3 times. He said no the first 2 times, which is kind of crazy because if I'm saying I want to break up, you don't just be like, no, we can no, we're breaking up, we're done. Months after we finally did break up, he confronted me about the rumors I was spreading, which was just me telling my story because he, like, assaulted me. So I was just sharing my story. And when I explained my side of the story to him, he said he didn't remember and he asked if I had any evidence. Evidence of assault? No. It was all in person. Do you want me to whip out an audio recording? Like, what? But anyways, I hope this was entertaining because my ex-boyfriend was actually evil. Thank God I was only with him for 2 months, but it could have been a lot longer. Finally put my foot down and broke up with him on the 3rd try.
I think my mom's boyfriend is a serial. So I want to start this story off by saying that My mom is 43 and her boyfriend, he's like 63 or 67. So already weird, but they met, I'm pretty sure, on Facebook. Like, he DM'd her. But whatever, age gaps are becoming more normal now, I feel like, so. But from the start, he lied about, like, everything. I guess the boy thing. Like, he told her he was only, like, 58, and he's actually, like, 63 or 67. He also told her he got his money from being the owner of a gas station, when she later found out that's not true either. And then something happened that, what do you expect? She found out that while they were dating, he was messaging and meeting up with his ex. I'm pretty sure his ex-wife. He also has 0 kids, but was married for, like, so many years. But basically how she caught him cheating was he said he went to this restaurant, and so she called the restaurant and asked, like, if he was there. They told her that he wasn't there. And then she checked his receipt when he was home, and it was, like, dinner for, like, 2 people at a different restaurant. My mom is just like me. Like, we will find out literally everything. I'm actually gonna let you know a little secret. My mom actually didn't even call the restaurant. She just pretended she did and then told him that she did. But he fell for it. And then he ended up admitting that he was out with his ex. But she, like, stayed after that because she is also like me. And they're still together currently. Like, on and off and stuff. But they're, like, about to get, like, married. Like, engaged. I'm like... But anyway... So, my mom takes care of his mother. That's all, like, old there. It started off subtle, but, like, when he would be there visiting his mom and my mom would be there taking care of her, his mom, like, would drop hints every time he, like, left the room. Like, the one time he went out to get something from my mom's car, and then his mom told my mom and was like, go look out the window. And then she was like, check your car, check your key. So I'm, like, pretty sure he was putting trackers on her. And he also stole her key. He won't admit to it, but it, like, suddenly disappeared. And he can, like, get into places when no one lets him in. I feel like he made a copy of her key without her knowing. But it gets weirder. So... my mom would be home alone, and this guy has, like, insane trust issues, but he's also the cheater. It's always the cheaters that don't fucking trust you. Like, my mom would be on the phone with him, and he'd literally just be flirting with another girl, like, on the phone with my mom, and he's flirting with another girl. But one time he said that he was, like, going somewhere, and then my mom found out that he wasn't there where he said he was, and so then he, like, kept trying to lie. But then he ended up telling my mom that he was just embarrassed to tell her that he was sitting outside of my mom's house watching her. What? He was like, I thought you were cheating on me. I was just embarrassed to tell you. I was just, like, sitting out here watching. I thought you were cheating on me. Like, literally told her that he was sitting outside her house watching her house. So all that stuff's, like, weird on its own, but it gets worse. So my mom would be at his house, and there's this one door in his house that is locked, and my mom's, like, asked him about it before, and he will refuse to unlock it. He will refuse to show her. He just tries to brush it off and say, like, it's nothing. And also, when they were laying in bed one time, he, like, opened his nightstand drawer, and my mom saw that he had a pew-pew. And she was like, do you have a pew-pew? And he was like, yeah, it's nothing and stuff. But this door in his house is locked, and my mom, anytime she'd get close to it, he would start freaking out. But then this is the part that really makes me think this. Oh, also, he's, like, super controlling. Like, when we'd be on the phone, they'd be on the phone and I would be at my mom's house, he would get so mad that I'm there. Like, one time he came over, saw that I was there, looked at my mom and was like, well, I didn't know she was here. Like, I'm her daughter? Or I got my mom flowers for Mother's Day, and he came over, and he was like, whose are those flowers? Whose are those? I did not get you those. What are those? What are those? And my mom's like, honey, like, those are just the flowers that Allie got me for Mother's Day. Like, calm down, honey. She always talks to him like a fucking baby, and he's crazy. And he was like, And then he had flowers, but my mom was busy, like, cooking or something, and all her hands were full. And he, like, freaked out. He's like, okay, yep, I'm gonna go give these flowers to somebody else. And then he, like, tried to leave. Like, my mom is clearly busy. Maybe you can help instead of being a jerk. But just, like, stuff like that. And then I, like, turned the porch light on, and like, on accident instead of, like, the inside one. And then I, like, must have forgot to turn it off because I didn't realize it turned on because I wasn't outside. And he's like, why is this light on? Why is this light on? Why is this light on, Erin? That's my mom's name, Erin. And she's like, I don't even know. Because it wasn't even her. Of course she doesn't know. She's like, I don't know. I must have turned it on accident. No, it was me. I actually turned it on accident. He's just talking crazy. And he would always, like, there would be, like, a freaking, like, 17-year-old guy worker at the store. And he'd be restocking stuff. And my mom's boyfriend would grab her and, like, hold her and, like, stare. Like, this 17-year-old boy does not want my 43-year-old mother. It was so cringy. Every time I was with him in public, I wanted to go home. But anyway, here's, like, the most insane part. So one day while my mom was home at his house by herself and he was out doing God knows what, she went down into his basement and was looking around in there, probably because she just had a feeling. She, like, told me she had a feeling. She's literally just like me. And our intuition is never wrong. So she's going through all this stuff, and suddenly she sees, like, a bunch of, like, notebooks and stuff. So she opens it, and it's a list of a bunch of girls' names, like, their full names, their weights, their heights, their kids, their interests, what they do, what they look like, a description of them. And at this point, my mom is shaking. She took a picture of all these, by the way. And my mom is shaking. She's so scared. In the pictures, it's literally, like, so blurry because of how much she's shaking. And, like, what if he comes home and sees this? But then suddenly she flips the page, and it's her own name. It's her full government name, it's her weight, it's her height, it's her eye color, it's her kids' names, it's literally where she lives, her job, everything about her. So she's, like, freaking out at this point, as anybody would be. But she hurried and she put everything back, and because he was getting home, so she put everything back. She put upstairs, she ran upstairs, shut the door. But when he got home, she was obviously scared and stuff, but I think she took him to her house, so, like, if he, like, you know, did anything, like, she wouldn't be alone at his house. But she confronted him. She's like, why is my name on this? Like, what is all this? And then he's like, that's a different Erin. Like, that's not you. And she's like, it literally says my 3 kids' names. And then I don't even know what he said after that. He, like, tried to, like, just make excuses and stuff. I don't even know. I think he knows he got caught. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think. I think my mom's gonna be the next victim. And he's like, he'll also make empty promises, and he'll be like, I'm gonna buy you this Jeep, I'm gonna buy you this house, I'm gonna get you this ring. He's not done a single one of those things. The most he's bought her is perfume and flowers and teddy bears. He's, like, all talk. And how are you 67 and single but been married, like, 3 times? That's a big red flag. And he already cheated and everything else. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think, because I think my mom's gonna be next.
Okay, story time on how I have someone in jail right now. Okay, so I was leaving school one day, and I went to the gas station because I love soda. And I pull up to the gas station, and I go in, like, there's a blue truck next to me. And I go in, I get my soda, and I walk out. And I'm walking to my car, I open my car door, and there's, like, a guy who, like, approached me from the back, and I was like, oh. Like, I noticed it, and I was like, whatever. So he was like, oh, is that lotion in your door? And I was like, yeah, you can have it. Like, I thought he was, like, homeless. So I was like, okay, yeah, you can take the lotion. And then he, like, held the door open, and I was like, do you need help with anything else? Like, what's going on? And, like, I wasn't really thinking of anything, so I was like, whatever. Like, it's a homeless guy. Like, he needs lotion. And I didn't realize he was in the blue truck next to me. So in the blue truck next to me also is a girl in the passenger seat. And he's just standing there, like, talking to me. And I was just, like, I got out of school at, like, 3:25. And I had therapy at 4. And my school is, like, 30 minutes away from my therapy. So I was like, I really have to go, like, I have to go to therapy. He's just not leaving me alone. And he's, like, saying, like, oh, do you want to come party with me? And I was like, it's like 3 o'clock, like, in the day. Like, it's afternoon. There's people at this gas station. It's a nice gas station. It's not, like, sketchy. I literally always go to this gas station. And I was like, no. Like, I think I was 17 at the time. I was like, I do not want to go party with you. And so he's just, like, standing, and I can't shut my door. And also, when he got to my car, like, when I gave him the lotion, he put a bunch of shit, like, on the floor, like, where my feet go, like, by, like, the pedal. I was kind of stupid. I should have just, like, told him to leave and shut the door. But, like, I was just, like, a 17-year-old girl. Like, what was I supposed to do? So he's standing next to my door, and I was like, I have to go. Like, I have to go home. And he was like, no, come party with me and my friend. He was just sitting, like, at my door, and I'm just sitting there, like, what is going on? Like, can you please leave? Like, he's not talking. And then he pulls up a video on his phone. He's watching this video, and I can hear the noises, and he kind of shows me. He's like, look how sexy this is. So I'm 17, you're 40 something. Like, this is just weird. And he's watching the video next to me. And I'm just, like, letting him watch the video. Like, I've told this story to a couple people, and they're like, Maggie, you're so stupid. And I was like, I know. So I'm just letting him do his thing. Like, he's watching the video next to me, and I was like, God, just leave me alone. Like, maybe if I don't say anything, he'll just leave. So he's watching the video, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I hear him start making noises, and you can probably assume what those noises are. And I look down, and I see his thing out in broad daylight. And I was like, I literally texted my mom. I was like, Mom, I need help right now. And my mom's already texting me, because it's probably, like, been, like, 10 minutes this man is at my car. She's like, Maggie, where are you? Like, what's going on? Like, spamming my phone. She's like, I'm looking at your Life 360. What are you doing? You're supposed to be at therapy. Like, what are you doing? And I didn't answer her because I was too scared to go on my phone. I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on? And mind you, there's so many people at this gas station. Like, people are just walking by, and he's doing this in broad daylight like, literally, like, this far away from me. And I looked down, and I was like, so that's what he wanted the lotion for. Okay. So I'm, like, getting through my head. I'm like, okay, I really have to go. And he's like, and I'm, like, already, like, freaked out in my head. I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is not normal. And then he's like, come party with me, my friend. Like, get in my truck. Let's go. And I was like, I have to go home. He's not moving. I'm just, like, literally sitting there, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, do I, like, slam the door? He has all this shit on my, like, on my car floor, and he's standing there holding the door, so I can't shut it. Like, do I just, like, I literally was like, do I honk? Do I scream? Like, what do I do? I'm sitting there, and it's been, like, once I noticed his thing was out, and he was, like, doing some stuff, I was like, okay, I have to go. And he's like, let me get your phone number. Or no, actually, before he asked for my phone number, he started touching me. He, like, put his hand, like, on my, like, I had leggings on and, like, a crop top. He, like, puts his hand on my leg, and I was like, don't touch me. Like, I was, like, a little more talkative. I was fighting. Not fighting. I don't know what I meant. But, like, I was being more, like, no. And he's like, let me see, like, saying inappropriate stuff to me. He's like, let me see. And I was just like, I have to go. Like, I have to go. Like, what's going on? Like, I've said no, like, 30 times. Like, can you get it through your head? I don't know if I said this. This was probably a year ago. This was less than a year ago. So he starts touching me. He has all this stuff on my floor. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm about to, like, scream. Like, what do I do? So after he touches me, and I'm like, no. And he's like, look how sexy this video is. No. So he was like, I already knew I was calling the police. I was like, I'm scared. I'm gonna call the police. So he was like, let me get your phone number. Or I don't know if he gave me my phone number. He was like, let me get your number. Yeah, he said, let me get your number. And I was like, okay, this is so, like, in my head, I was like, if I get his number, I can give it to the police and they can, like, track him. Because there's no way they're gonna find this man if I don't have his number. So I was kind of smart with that. Even my mom was like, you're so stupid. Why would you give him your number? And I was like, I was thinking in advance. And I give him my number, and he texts me, and he's like, come to this address, whatever. He like sent me an address. Him and the girl, they leave. I immediately called police, and I was like, hey, like, I explained the whole situation, and I was like, so this just happened, and I'm on my way to therapy. I was like booking it to therapy, because in my head I was like, oh, I can't miss therapy, like, whatever. And then the police were like, okay, we're at the gas station, where are you? And I was like, I'm like 20 minutes away. They're like, come back, are you dumb? So I go back to the gas station, and I file a whole report. We go in the gas station, we get the footage, and then that was like kind of done. Like, I just was like low-key traumatized for a couple days. Then I had to go to the police station, and I got to the police station, and first they gave me like a list, not like a list, like a bunch of photos of different men, and I had to identify the guy who was from the gas station. And like, I didn't really look at his face. I was like, I don't know, like, I don't remember. I just know he was like white and like old, like 40 something. So they gave me the photos, and then somehow I got it right out of like 10 photos. I have good memory, I guess. So I get it right, and then they're like, you have his number, like, because I told them that I had his number. And they're like, okay, we're gonna do this whole thing. So they had me call him off my phone and make him admit to do everything he did to me at the gas station, so that they could like have evidence. Because like in the video from the gas station, my door was open and he was like kind of hiding behind it, so you could like that was enough evidence, like, because you could see what he was doing. But like, we needed more, like, it'd be better if he admitted what he did. So I call him, and they have like a whole script for me. There's a bunch of like fucking detectives around me, and I was just like, my god, like they told me what to say before. They were like, just be like, oh my god, that was so crazy what you did at the gas station, like, I can't believe you actually like did what you did, like, in detail. And then he admitted to everything. And then a couple days later, I kind of just went home after that, and I was like, okay, like, let me know what happens. And a couple days later, we got a call, and he's currently in jail in Florida for, I think it was like 5 different charges. One was like sexual assault, one was like public and nudity, I don't know. And then there was a couple more. There was one because I was a minor, and there was like 2 more. I think he had 5 in total, but he's in jail for like 5 years. The next day I go to school, and like, I'm like traumatized. My parents were like, you're never allowed to go to a gas station by yourself again. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I leave school, and I go to a gas station right next to the gas station that this happened at the day before. I pull into the gas station. I see the exact same blue truck, same exact one. I can't even explain like how scared I was. Like, he found me. I was like, he put an air tracker in my car. Like, I can't even explain like how my heart like dropped. But it wasn't him, so I was just paranoid. But I did not go to gas stations by myself for like a couple months after that. But I also have another person in jail, so I might have to say that story time too.
Get ready with me for senior pictures while I talk about things that your boyfriend is doing. You should probably leave him. Starting off very strong, if he's constantly talking about his ex, saying she's crazy. If he tells you to block her from all of your social medias, there's probably a reason. If he lives more than 45 to an hour away, don't even talk to him. If you have guys and girls texting you being like, do not talk to him, he's bad news, and you ask him about it, and he still says, don't listen to them. I talked to her, and it ended badly, or he doesn't like me because he's jealous of me. If you guys are each other's profile picture or in each other's bio, and he is constantly taking you out and then putting you back in, and then you ask about it, and it's, well, you made me mad. When you ask to see his phone, and he goes, why can't you trust me? How are we supposed to be together if we have no trust in our relationship? If his location just randomly turns off, or his Life 360 doesn't match his Snapchat, or literally just anything. If his location isn't refreshing, quite literally just anything with a location, and it doesn't look right,
Here's a good one. If he takes like 5-hour naps in the middle of the day, who's taking naps every single day from 3 to 8 o'clock? If he says stuff like, oh, well, I was going to get you flowers, or I had a present for you, you have still yet to get it. If you're ever like in an argument or he's doing something and you call him out for it and he says, you're starting to act like my ex. If he's going to like a basketball game that his school isn't even playing at, or just goes to a basketball game or football game in general and he just doesn't respond at all, like the entire time. If he cusses you out or just calls you cuss words or anything, why are you cussing a woman out? Or threatens to leave and like is like, well, maybe we shouldn't be together, or maybe we should break up. Yeah, well then break up with me. You ask him to post you and he just never posts you, or you have to beg him and he's like, well, everybody knows we're together. Everybody already knows. No, they don't. They don't know because you're not. If you ever just bring up something and he's like, literally can pull a tear out of his butt crack and like can quite literally cry in 0.5 seconds and turn on the waterworks, and then you're the one apologizing. Girl, why are you apologizing? If he talks to his mom like she's a dog and his mom does not say a word, or if his mom just doesn't ground him in general for doing the most crazy stuff that you could literally possibly think of and he's not getting in trouble for it, that's... If he's spending the night at his friend's house almost every single night of the week, or just never even home, and choosing to hang out with his friends over you. This one actually rages me so bad. Literally just anywhere, and he goes to the bathroom and is gone for like 5 to 10 minutes in the bathroom. What could you possibly be doing? You're not pooping every time you're going to the bathroom. Let's just say if he can cheat on you in the time that it takes to use the bathroom. There's missing spots on his best friends list. Oh, I just don't have that many best friends. Well, there's a fire. I'm not even getting up. But if his Snap score is going up crazy, but he doesn't even have any best friends on his best friends list, where are they going? So my mom's cooking dinner. This might have to be paused. If he goes to the bathroom or literally will never even let you touch his phone and just takes his phone wherever he goes. When he calls you and says, is this your earring? And it's not yours. When he absolutely hates your friends and doesn't let you hang out with them. Or just like calls them and cusses them out. And if they're constantly accusing you of cheating, but you ask them if they're cheating and they act like it's nothing. It's no big deal. Great, it's out. If he's blaming his actions on some event, traumatic event that happened in his life, so we're having to do this color. If their phone is always dead, always, what are you doing that's draining your phone battery so bad? He says stuff like he hates your mom, or like your mom's ruining our relationship. Yeah, probably because she knows how awful of a person you are. Or, you know, if he just cheats on you and you still stay with him, that's probably a sign you should leave. Or if his ex-girlfriend gets your number and texts you and says that he's cheating on you, and he tells you to block her, that she's lying. And really just like the people that he surrounds himself with, like if all of his friends are gangsters and alcoholics, he probably is one too. Who said that? Who said that? Also, if he makes comments about like your weight, or one time I said, I'm gonna lose 15 pounds before prom. Well, you're not gonna have a boyfriend by prom. Or just if you're having to do all the driving in general, or on your birthday, if he doesn't get you a gift of any sort, Or if the girls that go to school with him reach out to you and say that he's talking to other girls at school, they're probably not lying to you. And last but not least, if they threaten you when you try to break up with them. Well, this is the finished makeup look. I hope that everybody enjoyed this. And please, girls, stand up for yourself and leave your boyfriend if he is doing these things. Bye!